Today's guest is Renee Hastings, President and CEO of Executive Help Now, a virtual assistance service agency helping small business owners and business executives with administrative support, podcast production, and business consulting. I also love that one of your metrics for success is giving back busy executives the ability to eat more meals at home. I love this for so many reasons. Your journey, Renee, weaves together resilience, innovation, and faith, and you model this for your company, creating a culture built on open communication, mutual respect, and alignment to purpose. Love this. Renee, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Elizabeth. I'm so excited to be here today.
Awesome. This is going to be a great conversation. So I want to dive in with one of the things you say. You talk about the joy of meaningful work. Can you explain a little bit more what you mean by that?
Yes. So I come from a background of corporate America where basically I just did what I knew how to do. So I started very early in my career learning all the things I could about business and executive assistance and providing support to senior level executives and that sort of thing. And when you're in a role like that, it's very rewarding to be the right hand to someone of such a high level, and you're privy to all this information and they trust you as their partner. But sometimes you get in a rut and you just go through the motions and it loses its flair, it loses its spark, it loses the thing that keeps you getting up every morning. And so when I had an opportunity to start this business, at first it was met with a little bit of resistance because someone else said to me, "You're supposed to own your own business." And I was like, "No, I'm not." I'm quite happy here in my little space in corporate America, getting my 2-week paid vacation, health insurance, and all of the great things.
Right.
But then all it takes is one seed to get planted, right? Someone just to drop a bug in your ear. And then you start thinking, so what if?
It's a dangerous thing when you start thinking.
Right? Oh my goodness. And so I was like, okay, it finally germinated to the point where I actually started the business. And this was several years later, mind you. But when I started the business, someone said, if you're going to start a business, do what you know how to do and do what you love. And when those two collide, you never work a day in your life. And so that is what I did. I started a business doing what I knew how to do, just supporting my own executives on the side. And when I saw the difference that working together made in their life, they were able to get home at a decent hour. They were able to rest. They were able to clear their mind, clear their head, just think about the future instead of constantly putting out the fires that they had been so used to and so accustomed to. So when I say meaningful work, that truly shed a whole new light on the impact of what we do and how it has affected the people in their lives. And when their lives are affected in that way, there's just this wonderful ripple effect because they become better people. When they become better people because they're not so stressed at work, they're more attentive fathers, they're more attentive husbands, they're able to work more out in their community if they want to. They're able to go to more games with their kids, just whatever it looks like. We have so many clients who have told us these stories of now that we're a part of their team, they can do all these extra things that they had been neglecting. And so it's very rewarding and I just absolutely love it. And now we have an entire team of folks who get to do that for our executives.
So you have built a model that's obviously been very successful. A lot of people have tried this virtual assistant approach, and there was a big boom of that for a while, like everybody's moving to that. And a lot of people failed because they were trying to set up a model that didn't work. What do you think has really been your secret sauce or your strength that helped you be successful in this space?
I would say one of the things that has contributed to our success is the fact, so I share my values with our team, and I share our values in the interview process with people who are interested in being a part of our team. And that alignment is critical to the success of our team because we can't have people on the team who believe or talk or think and have a mindset that is not congruent with ours and what we're trying to accomplish and what we're trying to achieve in the way that we approach our clients and take care of them. I approach our service with a servant heart mentality. And that's the way the folks on our team approach our clients as well. We truly care about our clients. And if in the interview process, they're saying things that are inconsistent with that mindset, they don't get to be a part of the team. And I have to let them know it's just not a fit.
Yeah.
And so I think that's one of the things that has contributed to our success is, and when we're looking for folks, the first people I go to are the people on our team. And I'm like, great people know great people. So we need some more people. And if you know some folks, send them our way, because you know what we stand for. You know who we are. You know how we operate. And you know who would be a good fit. So I'm trusting you.
Yeah.
Just bring us good people.
Culture is so important. I like the fact too that you said this idea happened when somebody put a bug in your ear of you're supposed to be doing this. I think that's great. Sometimes the advice that we get, it's not always solicited, but sometimes it's the best wisdom or advice we get. What's one thing about your journey to founder and CEO that really surprised you?
So I think one of the things that surprised me the most, completely took me off guard, was when we started becoming successful. And I was like, wait, what's happening? Because I didn't go into the business with the idea of making money. I just wanted to help people. And then money started coming. And I was like,
that's a good problem to have. Good problem.
Wait a minute. But it was, Elizabeth, it was the strangest thing. Because as I'm a woman of faith, I believe in God, I trust in God, I talk to him all day long. He gets tired of hearing from me all day, I'm telling you. And I was so shook. And I was like, why am I not okay with being the recipient of abundance? And so I had to do some serious introspection, some serious praying. I told my friends in my small group, I'm like, y'all, something is wrong with me. I need y'all to pray because I don't know what this is that makes me fearful. I was afraid of the abundance. That took me by surprise. I was like, who in their right mind would be afraid of this? It's so weird, so strange. Anyways, that was many years ago.
You were not alone in that, by the way. I'll give a shout out to my former executive coach, Angus Nelson. That's one thing that he talks to his clients about a lot is a lot of times we don't realize it until you get into these certain paths and realize, oh, I have this mindset in there that is preventing me from accepting abundance. And that could be based on childhood upbringing, any number of things, messages you told yourself over the years. That's you're not as unique in that as you might think. That's actually a very common mindset fallacy for people that jump into business and end up being wildly successful.
Wow. I'm glad to know I'm not alone.
You are not.
Me out. I was like, I don't understand this. I'm like, because everyone who I think whoever goes into business wants to be successful. And of course, I wanted to be successful. But for some reason, I didn't put 2 and 2 together that with success comes all of this other stuff that's really fantastic. And so I just didn't know how to be comfortable. I couldn't even say my name and the word abundance in the same sentence. It was crazy. But fortunately, God has been so good and truly continued to nurture me through that whole process. So yeah, I'm all good now.
So having gone through that journey and knowing what you know now, if you were able to go tell your former self 10 years ago, what's some advice you would give your younger self?
I would say trust the process and believe you're worthy because you are.
Yeah. Fair enough. What is one thing that you would like for people to really know and understand about your industry and what you do, that if you could say, hey man, if more people understood this, this would make life so much easier?
Oh, I love that question. Where do I start? Okay. I think if more people understood the importance of communication when they get an assistant, that things would be so much easier for us. When Unfortunately, sometimes when we are having a discovery call or meeting someone for the first time and we're talking about their pain points, they just know things are bad. They're overwhelmed. They want things to be different. They don't exactly know how. They just want their life to be better. And we are supposed to be that magic bullet that just automatically makes it better.
And the mind reader that knows how to do that, exactly what the person's thinking.
Exactly. But it doesn't work that way. So it eventually can get there, but it's a process. And that process starts with, number one, you identifying the things that are most important that need to get done that you don't have to be the one to do. So if whatever you're working on, say you're making $300 an hour as the owner of this business, and you are checking email or trying to schedule an appointment with another busy person, is that the best use of your $300 an hour time? Absolutely not.
Right.
Delegate that to somebody else. And the other thing is that people need to understand that when they start to delegate, that's when they're able to scale and grow. And if they have difficulty delegating, whether it be because of trust issues or perfectionism issues or whatever the issue is, figure it out, fix it, and get ready to release those things so that those things can be taken care of for you so you can focus on your $300 an hour work that is adding value to your business and adding dollars to your bottom line. That's where your focus needs to be. So yeah, just communicating. You can't over communicate with your assistant in a remote environment. And once your assistant continues to do things consistently the way that you're looking for it, then that trust starts to build. And once that trust starts to build, you're able to delegate more and more. So don't think you have to dump everything on day one. If you need to ease into it until you get comfortable adding more so we can add more value to you.
Nice. I love the message about communication. I am a chronic over communicator because I feel like you really cannot say things clear enough, make it plain enough, convey it in the language that the person can receive it. So many of our business problems would be solved by just clearer, more succinct, more open, honest communication. So I love that.
Absolutely. And transparency, because when we know you as a person and who you are and what makes you tick and what makes your eyes sparkle, those are the things that we latch onto. And if we find something that makes your eyes sparkle, we want to give you more of that because we want your eyes sparkling all day. So,
you mentioned a little bit about, hinted and danced around this a bit about culture, and you talk about your organization is very purpose driven, and you convey that as early on as the interview process, which I think is it's a great way to really make sure that you're aligned heading into an engagement. I like to talk about culture from a perspective of culture is something that's crafted. I think it is very intentional, and it's not a one and done thing. You have to create a culture, and then you have to foster and build and believe in that culture and to keep it going. You talk some about celebrating the little things and the big things. Can you share some examples of how you do that within your organization?
Yeah, so our culture is very collaborative, and it's one that I tell my team all the time. I was like, I want your time with Executive Help Now to be the best time of your life. So there's no stress allowed. And so I tell them, if you are feeling overwhelmed or you feel like your plate is too full or there's too much for you to do, we've got a whole team of folks out here who are ready and able to support you so that you are not overwhelmed. I remember what it was like being in corporate America and just being dumped on and having these piles of work that never seemed to end or never seemed to get lower. And so I celebrate when one of our team members is actually able to release some of their own work. Some people feel afraid that if they say, I need some help, that's a bad thing.
Right.
Not at Executive Help Now. We encourage people to ask for help. because that's what we're here for. We all have different frames of reference that we bring to the table from our past experiences, and we're all a resource to one another. So I celebrate those wins when someone says, hey, they put in we have a team channel where we communicate different things. And they're like, hey, I got this project. Can somebody help me? And then we have someone say, I can't hear. Look at me. And so those are wins for me.
Do you find too, when you create that culture and you have a room that people can go in and say that, does that build on itself? I imagine it would, as people realize, new people coming in your organization realize, hey, these other people have been here a while and they're asking for help. So it's okay for me to ask for help. And I imagine that creates a much more collaborative approach. Have you seen that?
Yes, absolutely. And there are certain people who are still working through personal issues and I say that because a lot of our team members, I shouldn't say a lot, a few of our team members have come from abusive corporate relationships where they were treated badly, they were put down, they had bad supervisors. And so they have these insecurities that are now built in because of that past trauma. And so I look at that as an opportunity for me to speak into that space, to tell them how great they are, how amazing they are, how happy we are that they're on the team, how great the quality of their work is, and what a blessing they are to us and our clients. And I really enjoy that. And I believe that those kinds of conversations nurture that, speak to their soul and helps them feel more a part of the team and makes it easier for them to ask for the help, which is it's a cycle.
Yeah.
The more you do it, the more they do it. And then the more they do it, then the more you do it. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. It breeds on itself.
Yeah.
So I love a good story and a good example. So does anything come to mind of, and obviously don't have to name names, but anything come to mind of a good example where a relationship really changed or something really funny or humorous happened or something very unexpected that you can share with me and my listeners?
So one of our clients, when they first came to us, was a solopreneur. She owned an information technology company serving the senior living community. And so for years, she had been wearing all the hats, the marketing hat, the payroll hat, the accounting hat, the legal hat, the HR hat, the business development hat. She was wearing all the hats. And when we met, long story short, and she was like, okay, if I could just get processing payroll off my plate, that would make such a huge difference. And so she explained to us what her current process was very manual. She had contractors that were keeping track of time on spreadsheets, and they wouldn't send them in half the time by the due date, and she'd have to chase them down and then manually put them into this system so she could manually put them into another system. And it was just a lot. It was a lot of work for her. And when she explained to us what the process currently is, we did that for her. And so she had to just process payroll. The time came for her to process payroll with just the click of a button, because we had already reached out to her people. We got the information. We put it into the spreadsheet for her. We put it into the payroll system for her. All she had to do was look it over and press a button. And when I reached out to her after the first time, she had tears in her eyes. And she said, I cannot believe I've been doing this all by myself for so long. And you were here the whole time. I did not have to do this. I did not have to put this on myself when someone else completely capable was able to do it. And so from that point on, she's been our biggest fan, our greatest ambassador, and telling people about us and our services. And we've eventually streamlined her systems and automated a lot of things and that sort of thing. So it's even better now. And she went from one assistant to help with that to now having 3 assistants. And it's just been a really great experience.
That's awesome. That makes me think of some of the stories from, if you've ever read Dan Sullivan's Who Not How, that's a great support of your business model of finding the right experts to do things, to take it off your plate. Yeah. Some of the reactions can be very emotional when you realize, man, I'm doing this Why have I been doing this? This is ridiculous.
Yes, absolutely. And that's a great book. I love
Yes,
that.
it is. It is. I love some of his other ones as well. That's a big shout out for Who Not How. If anyone's
Right.
for anyone listening for this who knows they need help, and then you can reach out to Renee for how to do it. Renee, where do you want to take executive help now next? What are you most excited about areas to grow into?
So when we started the business, it was primarily providing administrative support, which we still currently do, and that will always be our core service. All those things that the executive assistant in the office does, the email management, calendar management, travel arrangements, presentations, getting ready for board meetings, expense reports, all of those things. That's how we started. We've since added on social media management engagement. So every business needs a social media presence, but who has the time? And we also now produce podcasts.
Awesome.
So businesses need podcasts, but there's a lot of work involved in finding guests.
There is.
And making sure they're good, and all the communications, and then the day of the show, run of show production, making sure everyone looks great and sounds great, and then the follow-up with all the social media and the clips and promoting and all the things. Yeah, we do that too.
That's
super excited.
That's fantastic. So if people want to find you, want to learn more about you and your journey, more about your company, they need help now, where do people go to find more?
We have an amazing website at executivehelpnow.org. Not .com. That's another story for a whole nother day. But we're not a nonprofit, but it's .org. And we're on all the socials, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook at Executive Help Now. I also have a YouTube channel called Renee Speaks, where we try to help entrepreneurs avoid some of those pitfalls that I ran into as we were growing and learning lessons and discovering things to do and not to do. So we bring on subject matter experts to help people speed up that process and avoid those same pitfalls. And the shows air on Fridays at 1:00. And if anyone wants to go to YouTube and share and subscribe, that'd be fantastic.
Awesome. Renee Hastings, helping people one person at a time. If you need help, you know where to reach out. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Elizabeth. This has been great. I appreciate you.